Let me pretend that I'm not a slob here. And that goes there. What do you want? Come on. I'll let you jump up. Come on. Cats, man. Anyway, hello, my name is Chris Aponte, and this is another Trade Block haul. I only have 2 packages this week. I unboxed a whole lot the last time. This time, though, in one of these packages is a grail of grails. In one of these packages is essentially the main shoe. The main shoe that everybody knows about. Okay, and I finally got it. I traded a lot to get it. We'll get into that in a second. If this is the first time you're watching one of these, essentially what I do is I show you what I got, and I tell you what I traded for, and then you tell me in the comments how I did. Alright? Alright, cool. So let's just get into it, huh? I don't know which one is the grail, so I'm gonna peek when I open because I want to make sure I open that second. Let's see here. If I was to guess, I'm gonna guess that this one is not the grail. It's the grail. All right, put that right there. Let's do this one first. Wow, that looks elegant. I actually had no idea what the packaging of this looked like. And now I do, and knowing is half the battle. This is the collaboration between Rich Paul and New Balance. This is his 550. Took an L online. 550 has become my favorite silhouette of the year. It just speaks to me, it really does. And I'm really all about a lot of the colorways, not all of them, but a lot of them. And this one, I just really like the colorway. As far as Rich Paul is concerned, he's a sports agent. He's LeBron James' best friend. You know, he came from humble beginnings, and that's cool and whatever. But I didn't buy this because I'm like I didn't trade for this because I'm like a huge Rich Paul fan. I don't know if you can be a huge Rich Paul fan unless maybe you're in business or something. But I really like the colors. So if he chose those colors, then he is a very good color put together. So this is the package. I traded my Air Jordan 1 neutral gray 85, and I asked for $30 to make it an even trade. So he gave me this and $30. I gave him the neutral grays. Everything was DS. So you guys let me know in the comments if you think that was a good trade or not. Personally, I think it's going to be subjective. Some people don't like the shoe, so they don't see what the big deal is. So why would you trade off a neutral gray 85 for it? But I already filmed the neutral gray 85. I keep moving stuff on this channel that I'm not keeping. And frankly, I was not impressed with the leather quality of the neutral gray 85. It is very hard and plasticky. Anyway, here we go. So we have a light yellow top with a gold basketball. It says Rich Paul for New Balance. Rich Paul in light yellow over navy blue. Rich Paul in navy blue. There's New Balance embossed right there. The New Balance logo, and then it says New Balance there. That's also embossed, actually. I can feel it. Is this embossed? Yeah. All this is pretty quality. And then this is a typical New Balance box label for release here in the US and Canada. I only assume because there's French on it as well. And the packaging is made from 100% recycled material, which is pretty cool. All right, let's take a look inside here. New kicks are here, inspected by whoever that is. This is number 1. Cool, cool. Quite a little card here. I am not going to read all this, but there is a card with a bunch of writing on it. The paper has essentially a Rich Paul monogram logo. Damn, these are nice. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, please, and thank you. All right, so here they are. Here's the profile. So sneakernews.com had a excellent article about the history of the 550. How essentially it was a forgotten shoe for 20 years until the head designer at ALD, Amy Leon Dore, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, Amy Leon Dore, rediscovered the shoe and engineered it to make it look like a vintage shoe. And once they did that, it became like an it shoe, and it started to come back in that form and also in GR forms and all kinds of different colorways and stuff, which I'm all about. So this to me has an ALD feel to it, sort of reminiscent of the Lost at Sea Dunk Highs. Everything looks a little bit faded, like sun faded. There is no cracking though, but I like that look. I like how they engineer, or at least design things to kind of look well preserved, but aged. Now this bottom here, since this shoe came out pretty much in the same era of basketball shoes in the 80s, this is a copy of the Dunk outsole and the Air Jordan 1 outsole on the bottom. But a lot of companies copied that form, so I don't really hold them at fault, but there's nothing unique about this design as far as traction for a basketball court. They say non-marking sole. I always look for that because sometimes the replicas will say non-making sole. Baby blue, navy blue, and then that sail color that I really, really love. And a little bit of glue right there. All right, let's talk about the medial side, huh? There she is. Now, this is why I really think of the Lost at Sea when I think of this. If you know the story behind the Lost at Sea High, it was a container out in the Pacific that had these Dunk Highs and, oh no, not Dunk Highs, it was Terminator Highs, I think. I can't remember. I'll put it on the screen, whatever it was. Lost at sea. So a bunch of cargo fell into the ocean. And then for a long time on the coast of the Bay Area, these Terminators were washing up, and they had been in the sun and lightened by the sun and also the sea salt and all that stuff. They weren't in great condition, but that shoe is basically a call to that. And this sort of reminds me of it, that same kind of like very light yellow here, kind of a sunstruck yellow. And then we have the sail and with the navy blue. I think it looks great. I really do. Lateral side, this is also your typical New Balance 550 cup sole. I will say the ALDs fit me much better than the GRs do. I just plan on wearing this. So, but they are kind of, it's weird. They're kind of narrow, but long. Typically when a shoe is narrow, it's still the right length. So that's usually when I have to size up anyway. But because I have a wide foot and this is already long, I can still stick my foot in the GRs. It's not comfortable for a while, but eventually you can break it in. The ALDs, it's fine. So I'm gonna be curious when I wear these, how they're gonna fit. Then there's the tongue. The tongue has the jumping basketball and the co-branding there. There is a little bit of a difference on this tongue, this perforated composite leather. I don't really remember that. I think that it's typically nylon. And it comes with, it looks like, okay, yeah, it comes with a white lace and a navy lace in a bag here. And I'm like, what am I gonna do with that? But the other shoe also has a white lace and navy lace. And then there's also that ortholite tag. This tag is just essentially about what they use for the insole, which I'm going to take out right now. I was only going to take one out, but I see that there's co-branding here, so got to take them both out. Navy blue ortholite insoles with a foam carrier with arch support, and we have co-branding. We have that monogrammed initials on the right insole. I'll do it like this so it makes sense. And then the New Balance logo on the left. Essentially, this is what you would find in an Air Jordan 1 typically, or a lot of the GRs in the Jordan line and Nike line. But what New Balance does is they actually add this foam carrier to give it more support. And then the footbed is board lasted actually with that pink board there. So it's going to have a lot of extra support there. That's actually surprising to me. It's great that they did it. Typically you see that in OG forms of Jordans, but that is more for performance on the court. But if they're going to be true to form, that this is still a basketball shoe, then cool. Rich Paul X New Balance 550. All right, here is the shoe of shoes. It's been a long time. This is a shoe I've always wanted to have in my collection in some form in the OG way. What is in this box is the 2015 re-release of the Air Jordan 1 High OG Chicago. What did I trade for this shoe? A lot. I traded my DS Travis Scott 4s, my DS Amy Leon Dore Natural Greens, the 550 Natural Greens, and Air Jordan 4 White Oreo. All DS, all size 10.5. No, the Travis Scott 4 was a size 11. So I gave up a haul for this, but I'm always willing to sacrifice a little bit of value if I'm getting the better shoe back. I'm always a proponent of getting the better shoe in the deal. And this is definitely the better shoe out of those. So I am really stoked that I finally have it in my collection. This one ain't going nowhere unless, I get some really great offer for something a lot more expensive than this. This is staying with me. So this is a 2015 release. You may remember that there was a 2013 release. They released another one 2 years later. Why? Because the 2013 release was a absolute travesty. There was a Jumpman on the tongue, there was a Jumpman on the back heel, and that was just a tragedy. That was nothing. That was not what we sneakerheads wanted when we want a re-release of a very classic shoe, of the classic shoe. This shoe that started the sneaker craze was this shoe. I'm very glad that I got the 2015 release. There is a rumor that there is a new version coming out this year that is going to take a little bit of the 85 and a little bit of the new cut, whatever. I wish you all luck. I hope that I get it as well. It's going to be a very tough cop, but I'm glad I have this one here. Somebody actually put tape over the suggested retail, $160 back in 2015. There's what the tag looked like. Looks like there was gunk here. Maybe it was Stadium Goods or something. There was definitely a sticker here. Yeah, so no code on the inside, and that's correct. There was no code on the ones that I saw online. Ah, look, hey, what's going on here? This is, again, one of four. I'm not going to touch these yet. I do want to talk about the materials. I do not expect to get blown away by the material quality of this. This shoe is about the sneaker culture and how important it is, but this shoe was never about how good quality it is. Not like the shattered backboards or Travis Scott ones, the Mocha, not the Fragment. So I really don't expect to get blown away by the materials. So here we go. Surprisingly buttery. That is actually a shock. Man. I've been waiting for a shoe like you. So, I'm gonna zoom in here. Sometimes I see replica sellers do this, and I just now realized why they're doing this. I'm sure a lot of you realized it, but it just occurred to me now. when they push down like this and you see sort of the wrinkles that come out from it, that's a sign that it's soft. And this is soft. This is not that hard plasticky composite leather that was on the 85 neutral grays. This is actually nice. I was not expecting that. So we have the Jordan color, the Chicago color. The outsoles are a varsity red and they are semi-gloss. And then it's just a white midsole with white threads. And the quarter panels are not tumbled. They're baby smooth, just like the rest of the shoe. And that is correct, obviously. Man. Now this shoe is 7 years old and may or may not have held its Jordan smell. I'm gonna check right now. Not really. I don't expect it to after 7 years. There's the tongue tag. There's the wings. Now, all of these details are very common to what we know for Jordan 1s. So there's particularly nothing special about this aside from the fact that it was the first one, the main one, the main event. The shoe that is so classic, other shoes aspire to have the same kind of classicness. Classicness? Is that a thing? Is that a word? Are you a word? It comes laced with the black laces, and then it has, this is interesting. The lace bag is still attached, and the lace bags appear correct, but they are not in an oval shape, and I don't remember if this is correct or not. If they were supposed to be in that really clean oval, or if they were supposed to be wrapped like this. Let me know in the comments. Really nice taper on the joins. I'll bring that up on my video. Just know that that's there. Let's take a look at one insole if I can get it out, and I can. Looks like somebody else tried to get it out because it's a little bit pulled here. I have seen this glue pattern before. I've seen this glue pattern for the first time myself on the underside of the insoles for the Shadow 2.0. It was thick and it was diagonal like this. It's a different glue machine, and they probably put it in at an angle. You know, you put it in, you let it go, it puts the glue on there, and then you put it in the shoe. The fidelity is excellent here on the black branding on the heel. And there, in case you're wondering, is what a retail footbed looks like. We have gray foam strobel, 2 guide holes, and a whole lot of white stitching, and I can see little pieces of the ortholite insole. So somebody ripped it out prematurely. They didn't heat it up. Is what it is. But, you know, just so you know, if you're trying to take the insole out and you can't, get some heat. Get a blow dryer. I have a heat gun for that purpose. For a lot of purposes, but that's one of the purposes. Oh man. So, did I give up too much for this? Let me know in the comments. Air Jordan 1 High OG Chicago. Oh, you know what? Let me do a UV check real quick. As expected, totally clean. Air Jordan 1 High Chicago 2015 release. Anyway, that's it guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please give a like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for all future trade block hauls and authentication guides. And until next time, peace.